Just had my second makeup lesson with a makeup artist. I'm gonna teach you for free what I paid an arm and a leg to learn. The basics only seem simple once you already know them. My skin is prepped. I'm doing eyes first. I actually have to do my eyeliner before anything else. I do have a cool undertone. I'm a true winter. I had a professional color analysis. I'm using the NARS concealer and with the concealer. This is such a good concealer brush. NYX and Banana, just set your eyes. This is gonna prevent it from creasing. If you're prone to creasing, this step has to be done really quick. If you have a cool undertone with a true winter palette, eyeshadow by Natasha Deona is gorgeous and was literally made for us. It is a little bit on the pricier side. It's really good. The technique matters a lot when you're applying eyeshadow. I was doing it all wrong. Take the Morphe in the M332. This is going to go right underneath my bone. You want it to be about 1 to 2 shades darker than your skin. I'm gonna use the one that's called Flurry from this palette. You could even use your bronzer. Grab some, tap it. You always start at the outer edge, you go in, because you want the most product right at the outer edge of the eye. Then you go in, then windshield wiper, back and forth, outer corner, and windshield wiper, outer corner, and windshield wiper. Next, I'm going to take the Morphe brush M302. This is to apply eyeshadow. First, I'm going to do the inner corner, so I'm going to go with a lighter shade. On the outer corner, you're going to go in with a darker shade. I'm going to do the one that's called Snert. The brush is going to be angled down. I'm going to go in and just tap it. You don't want to go above your eyebrow bone, so I'm just tapping it and make sure that I get where my lower lash line is so I don't have a space with no eyeshadow there. You see how I'm not going above my bone. Without applying more product, I am just going to use this to blend it in. Now I can leave my eye just like this, or I can go in and put a darker shade right in the outer corner. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go with the one that's called Ebb. Then again, you're going to start at the outer corner, then go in and have the brush angled down like this so that you get your lower lash line right in the corner. And again, I'm not going to go above that brow bone. I'm just tapping it. I have a darker outer corner. Just tap, tap, tap. Then I can use to blend it now. Without adding more product, I can just blend it in, especially right here where the two meet. Then up here, I can just kind of flick it up a little bit to lift without adding any more product to lift up. I almost forgot, for your eye, if you need to blend everything in, your eyeshadow, you would use the same brush that you used to do like right below the brow bone. You blend everything out. Last thing for the eyes is to go in with something shimmery. You want to use your ring finger and just apply it with your finger. So you just get a little on. This is gonna go just right in the center. And that's it, just in the center. It just looks really pretty. And that was the color Stellar. What is really cool about this cool tone palette is that it also has these night sky, and I'm gonna use it as my eyeliner for just a subtle eyeliner. Tap this brush on both sides. And this is the Morphe brush M382. So start at the corner, and then my pinky finger to swipe and kind of smudge it up and clean it up. Then you just do tiny strokes, starting always at the outer corner, working inwards, and just tiny until I get to about the middle of my pupil. And that's it. You can see that gives me a nice lifted look, and versus using a pencil, this is very delicate. So now I'm just gonna go in with the L'Oreal Telescopic, which is one of my favorite mascaras. It elongates and it kind of spreads out all my hairs. I like that this doesn't clump. This eye is completely finished, and now the important thing is to go in with a makeup wipe. I love these makeup wipes by Clinique. They're super gentle, they work very well. They don't leave my skin feeling, irritated. And you'll see that it actually, all of that is from eye powder and everything you did to your eye. And if you don't do this, then you're gonna get creasing under your eyes. Put eye cream on at this point. Make sure that you let the eye cream completely dry before you go on with your concealer. If not, you're gonna get creasing. Eyes are done. Now going in with the concealer. So put it on your hand, and then I'm just going to dab around my eyes and then blend it in. Then I'm going to use concealer to get any little areas, any redness, any discoloration, any little moles, anything that I want to cover up. Some redness around my nose. Use the same concealer brush and just blend everything in. Now go in with your favorite skin tint. I'm using the one by Tarte, the BB Blur. Very creamy, it's not liquidy. During the day, she said to use a skin tint. I like to apply it with my fingers. She said it's fine to use your hands as well. You don't have to use a brush. The only thing is that you're going to be wasting a lot of product if you use your fingers versus if you use a brush. It's just a foundation brush by Sephora. The more concealer that you use, the less foundation that you need to use. The brush does not make the foundation go on smooth when you're an older millennial. We have texture, we have fine lines, we need to use a sponge. Damp beauty sponge at the very end. If you use a damp beauty sponge in the beginning, you're gonna waste a lot of product. You totally can. Keep your foundation brush handy because this is what's gonna be used to take off any extra blush or contour. This is gonna correct all the mistakes. Use a damp beauty sponge and make everything smooth. Now it's time for contour, and I have a cool undertone. This Milani Cheek Kiss Honey 110 is perfect if you are cool toned. I'm using this BK Beauty 109 brush, which has the perfect shape to do contour. Contour is so much about technique, so I dab some on. You want to start from the outer to the inner because you want the most product on the outside and the least product on the inside. Because gravity pulls us down, the technique is to brush up. Now I have an oval shape and I also have a very strong cheekbone, so really I don't even need to contour. She said a lot of people go underneath their bone. She said she prefers to go right on the bone or above the bone. So I'm going to start out at the top and go just kind of dab, stop right at the inner corner of my eye. I don't need to go any further. So just up, 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 up. I can also do some like out to where my ear is and then go all the way around the perimeter of my face into my hairline without adding more product. Go down into my jaw just a little bit. She went in a second time just to make it more pronounced. Dab, start on the outside and swiping up right above my cheekbone where the corner of my eye is. Stop, go around the perimeter of my face into my hairline. Where my ear is, go into my ear. Always in an upward motion against gravity. And then a little bit of my lower jaw. Now it's time to contour the nose. A button nose is very desirable. So I'm using the Morphe brush 301. I'm also using the Cool Tone Milani, the same bronzer. Cream, it's a cream. You start where your eyebrow is, at the edge of your like lower eyebrow. Do little swipes, you bring it in. You go all the way down just like a line. You go around your nose, the tip of your nose, so just like a little circle. That's the button nose. You do the same thing on the other side. So it's like a curve that goes in and then all the way down to meet where you made the button nose. So it should leave like a center that has nothing on it. I'm just cleaning up the brush on some Kleenex. That's how she cleaned her brushes, just on like a paper towel. She just rubbed it. Then very carefully, I'm just gonna blend this in. You don't want harsh lines. Then you go in with concealer brush, and just going to clean it up a little bit kind of in between your eyebrows. Down the line where there was that open space, I'm gonna just put concealer there. You're just helping to blend everything in because you want the lines still there. I'm just blending the lines so that they're not harsh. You want to be very gentle because you still want the lines to be there. With the Cool Tone bronzer, if you feel like the nose contour is not enough, just go in with some powder bronzer and the same brush and do the exact same thing that you did with the creamy contour on your nose. Just outline it again and that's going to darken it, except for this time you're just using powder. So I'm just going in again. Exact same lines. This is just gonna darken it. This is contouring. When you're contouring, your undertone matters. If you have a warm undertone, you want to use a warm bronzer. If you have a cool undertone like I do, you want to use a cool bronzer. Now this is a warm tone bronzer. This one is the medium dark mineralize in the MAC. Start outer, work inwards, and sweep up around the perimeter of your face. Same with here, it's gonna be the same thing. It's just adding a little bit of warmth. Get all of your face, bring it down, even your chin, even a little bit just right here over the nose and the tip. As much or as little warmth as you want, always in the upward motion. That's it for the bronzer. Now going in with powdered blush. I asked her about creamy blush. She said I don't really need it. If I want to, it just gives you a more dramatic color. The Milani Baked Blush in the color Dulce Pink #1. I'm using the Morphe brush M164. This one is perfect because you can see that it is nice and fluffy and small. So I'm just going to apply it and you go like this to get extra off. I like to just apply a little bit right at the very edge to kind of lift things, but you can apply blush all the way down your cheek, all the way, you know, to right here. You can apply blush all along here, I actually prefer it just up here. I want that lifted look. And again, you start on the outside and work your way in. So there's still bronzer underneath. The outside in. Now, if I applied too much blush, that is okay. You go in with your concealer brush. Anything extra, you can get it off. You can lighten it, and it kind of blends everything in too. I like that. This is another little extra step. Take the concealer brush. This is to take away any harsh lines from the blush, to add even more dimension. We already did under the eyes. Now you're just gonna go in under the eyes, just a little bit, and you just tap it to blend it in. This is gonna brighten. You don't want to do cream over powder if you're not experienced, which I'm not. So I haven't set anything under my eyes with powder yet. Now everyone likes blush, so I'm just gonna go in again with a little bit more blush, very little. So I'm just gonna really get any extra off, and then just gently go tap it, just very, very gently. Now for my eyebrows, which I cannot do because I got a chemical burn from getting a lamination done. I'm still gonna talk through what she said. For eyebrows like mine, she recommends a powder by the brand Anastasia in the medium brown. You take the same brush that comes at the end of the first thing that you do is you line the brow, starting at one end all the way to the end of it, just on the bottom, flicking motions. For the top part, you line it starting in the middle of your pupil, just the outline, the very upper end, just from the middle all the way down to the end. Then you want to use the spoolie to blend it all in. So you basically just like brush the brows, and that kind of blends in so you don't have the harsh lines. Wherever you have a sparse area, you take this end of the brush again and you flick. For this setting powder, this one is Urban Decay. It's supposed to be good for mature oily skin. Here's the thing I didn't know. Most of them will have alcohol. You don't want setting spray on your eye makeup. So you want to cover up your eye makeup, then you spray, just not on your eyes. It'll break down your eyeshadow. The other thing that you can do is you can use this on your freshly washed face before you even apply anything, before you apply your sunscreen or your lotions or anything. This makes it so that the makeup doesn't move. You just never want to do that with a setting spray that is mattifying. It'll create a mess. Liner is by Laura Geller. It's actually waterproof. It's really good. This is the color pink. If you have a cool undertone, pink is your color for lips, or one of your colors. So just outline your lip. For the upper lip, you can either follow the outline of your lip or you can overline if you want them bigger. So I'm gonna overline. After the lip liner, then you just go in with like a lipstick. I'm using the Laura Geller in the Buff. It is such a pretty lipstick. Lips are done, everything. The makeup is done, everything is done. It's a lot of steps. Love it. She said there's a more advanced technique where you put bronzer on first before you do anything else. It's called like reverse contouring. She did not recommend it for me.